What's up everyone, this is Henry from Classical Musicians React.
Hi everyone, my name is Umu and I'm ReacttotheK's channel creator. And welcome to Henry's and my God's Menu reaction. So I have seen the Go teaser and the cooking teaser for this, and I'm very, very interested to see how the final track will turn out. And I don't know if there are any star stays? Stay lights. I don't know if there are any stay lights in watching right now, but the cooking, the God's Menu cooking teaser gave me flashbacks to when Vixes filmed their VCR and like Robbie was seducing a fake rooster and was like performing ballet around a ball of dough or something. Does anyone else remember that?
How do you pronounce this title? I know the first one in Chinese is pronounced Shen, which means God. Not like God like in the Christian faith, but God in the sense of like kami, like in Japanese, like a spirit, a god.
And thanks to the track list they put out, we know to expect that God's Menu is intense and addicting. And it's very spicy. I'm curious, it's so short. So let's go. God's Menu, 3, 2, ah! Oh my god. What's the truth doing in the kitchen?
Oh. Wow, we really jumped into it hard.
Oh my god. Beautiful contrast. Right, to have an extremely hype track, you gotta have had the rise and falls of intensity. Ooh, didn't resolve quite how I expected it to.
Ooh! Dang. Oh.
What are the harmonies?
Dang.
Oh my god, they're flexible.
Oh god, I like this pre-chorus. Gives me a good break from just pure hypeness. I gotta like lean into this next one.
Everything's so gentle in this section. But then we added the intensity slowly back in with the bass drum and the percussion. Subdivision. Subdivision, subdivision.
Oh, what happened here? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. Oh, I saved it.
Da 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 da. Why is everything more intense when it's just one note being sung / yelled? Oh my god. Wait, there's more? Ah!
What did we experience just now?
So I'm gonna need to go in for a second listen because first time around I was so shook by the visuals that my attention was taken by them more than the song. So this time, I hope I pay more attention to the track. But man, I feel like with every single comeback, Stray Kids' visuals is just getting more and more intense. And this is like the perfect mixture of meme and badassness. And I can't help but wonder, I've been watching my Stay friends talk about this comeback, and one of them mentioned how they felt like all the B-sides on this album could be inspired by a different anime. And so this comeback, this title track could be like a mixture of Sound Euphonium and that one food anime that I don't know the name of. Second time around, let's go. 3, 2, 1. What mode? The rhythms? Da da da. I'll need to find out the tonic for this right after.
Meanwhile.
That's what I feel like doing when I'm saying this.
Usually a pet peeve of mine is when the melody just relies on, oh my god, his eyes, sorry, on just one note. But I don't mind this. I really don't. And the low brass sound is so huge because they put a lot of reverb on it. Third? Yeah, we have a third melody above.
Here we go. Build up. A bit of percussion. Boom. Yeah, double time. That's a classic pre-chorus. So this is the same bass line as they had in the verse. It's just the doo-doo and the tang tang. Tang, tang, tang. Do they mean tang as in like flavor? I guess so. Not a lot of melody, lyricism in this melody. I like this part the most. I like this.
Ooh, I felt like there was an octave up at the end part. Damn.
I guess it's verse 2, yeah. Ooh, that's fun vocalism. Yeah, most singing they got is in this pre-chorus.
Da, 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 da. And then as the pre-chorus moves on, it moves higher in the range, I believe. Except this. I love the new hook here. I'm not sure. Would this be called, did we skip maybe to the bridge? Right? I'm not sure what we can call the form of this song. Oh, actually, that was probably the bridge.
Anything on the menu will satisfy your 5 senses. Yo, can you imagine if restaurants actually had promo videos like this? Like, if there were... if a restaurant put out like an advertisement for their place and they just straight up had this, that'd be way more effective. I mean, the production quality, the production value would be so much more expensive, but I'd be all over it.
Yeah, and then we end on tonic, tonic, da, 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 da. So is it Phrygian da if this is tonic, da, da?
I think that's like a Phrygian thing, like 1 flat 2, and then like 5 2 bum bum. Yeah, it's definitely a Phrygian feel to it, Phrygian mode stuff.
But Chungmin's part at the end is connected to his part at the beginning. Could we call the beginning the hook? Okay, I'm gonna call Henry. He's waiting for me. Da, 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 da. You know what? We're gonna go back. So we're starting again at the pre-chorus because I want to figure out the harmonies. I believe it's just parallel thirds, but there's a part where it does break free. 29, 3, 2, 1. Again. da 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 da. So I love it whenever there's a melody that sticks to one note and then the harmony around it changes. So at that very moment, Bang Chan sang da 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 da, which is different because the upper harmony is da 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 instead of da 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 da. So it stops its parallel harmony. Na 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 na. Ooh, I do like the descending chromatic before we get into the hook. I feel like I need to watch this at least 20 more times before I'm able to like say any clean comments on it. Okay, so
Sick.
What I was just trying to figure out before we called was, you know, what do we call it? The bridge? I'm not sure what the form of this would be. You know, da da.
No, because verse 2 is kind of weird.
Da 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 da. That.
Yeah, with the sick dance moves and the low voice. That was my favorite part, honestly.
Because if you listen closely,
I like deep voice, man.
It almost clashes with the background instrumental. Because, right, the background instrumental is like 1 flat 2 flat 7?
No, it's just 5. If you're thinking Phrygian, then.
So while that's going on, kind of muffled in the background, he sings something slightly different, or at least a different timing. So there's a tiny bit of clashing. No, no. No, no. No, 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 no. Okay, that's what he sings. 1 7 1 5 1. And so, and then while the background is 1 flat 2 5 1 flat 2 5 1. Is it this 7 flat 2 or is it the 1 and the flat 2 that clash? Okay, you sing that. You sing the bass line and then I'll sing what he sings. Let's make this a cappella version. No, no.
I can't go that low.
Na, na,
but yeah,
na, 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 na. I think it's...
I don't know what you're hearing a delay from my side for sure, but I feel like I think the flat 2 and the 7 match up rhythmically. I
think it's the 1 in the flat 2
so
that
the 7
clash.
matches up with the 5 in the flat 2.
Yeah, and it's the 1 in the flat 2 in the instrumental that overlaps because he goes da da.
You know, I don't feel like they really thought that out. I think they just thought it sounded good. And
I know, but like what I'm saying is I like that moment because we have tiny bits of dissonance. It doesn't matter whether they thought it out or not. It's cool.
That's true. It is cool.
What's your favorite part of it?
Honestly, that part mostly because deep voice and cool dance. I don't know. It's like a dab mixed with a stanky leg. You know, like they're kind of moving their leg out while like with one hand dabbing, and it's like this is a new move.
Yeah. No, it's
kind of crazy.
It's impressive how I think, I guess a recent trend almost is to have like extremely intense song with meme trend dance moves, right?
Yeah, the do is well, that reminds me of
Baby Shark do baby.
Oh no, not at all. Actually, it reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's "Good Kid, Mad City" album, because he uses the do sound for like shooting a gun, and then they also had gunshot sounds right after that. And then I don't know if the tang to tang is supposed to sort of be gunny, but it's definitely percussive and it fits their whole menu theme. So. That's fine. So I get this as kind of like a challenge of or like a claim to clout, this song. So I don't feel like there was much of a hook. There's not much that like makes me want to re-sing this or listen to it a lot. It's like there's not much of them like this is like I got it mind blowing. I got to listen to this over and over again.
Oh, really?
There wasn't like a hook. There wasn't a hook for me because the only bit of lyrical melody in there was in the pre-chorus. That is the only part they really like sang, but it wasn't like a motif to catch on to.
I felt like
the only thing I can think of is the tang to tang thing, and then the bass ostinato at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
But
say.
I feel like it's a challenge, you know, like for the rest of the album. Like, hey, we're gonna blow your mind with this album. And this is the track to kind of like challenge you. Like I feel like we're squaring up at like a UFC weigh-in, like they're standing up and like trying to put on some clout so that when we go in for the fight, we're all the more impressed. I'm not sure.
Interesting take. Yeah, I definitely second the fact that I feel like the brass ostinato was the catchiest aspect. And then the reason why I would return is because that music video is amazing. I love the brass going ham in the kitchen. I love the transitions.
Yeah.
The dance is fantastic. And I'm kind of...
A lot of testosterone in the music video.
Testosterone?
Right?
Yes, I very much enjoyed it. Yes.
Like big, bold movements, cars racing, refueling, marching band, like bravado. A lot of testosterone in this. I really like the imagery of them showing the cars zooming down the racetrack from a distance. Well, not like a distance, but we have all this sharp movement in the music video for all preceding that, and then once we reach a musical point where it's very legato and it's melodious, we see an imagery of something kind of like flowing by and zooming instead of like bam bam bam. So they matched up the music video imagery with the articulation, I suppose, and their music, which I thought was actually really nice. It's a nice touch.
Yeah, I feel like this is a really good follow-up to, do you remember Double Knot?
Yeah, I was thinking of Double Knot, actually.
Yeah, did you mention that? Because the pre-chorus lead in the do is very similar to da 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 do 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 do.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I was thinking more like I wished that there was something. Why am I getting buzz on my phone? Like Double Knot was a bit more catchier in its.
Okay, I feel like maybe Double Knot was catchier, but this song I was more interested in for longer.
It was definitely unique. I know there was one line in there like, "This is gonna appeal to all 5 of your senses." I'm like, is it?
Oh.
Is it? I feel like that's a challenge.
Live, perhaps live.
What do you mean?
Live, it will claim all of your senses. What if they off stage they put a bunch of smells?
Just like spray essential oils over the crowd.
Hey, Stray Kids, you heard us. Please spray us with essential oils when you perform this live.
Oh, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, let's go on to the album. Can't promise it coming out super quick. I'm still dealing with tendinitis, so editing is very slow, but it'll come out eventually. Thanks ahead of time for being patient. Farewell. We will see you during our first listen, Stays.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.